Must Jesus bear the cross alone? Some of y'all may even heard that song. You come up with the old Baptist church like me, you sing it almost every Sunday. And all the world go free. No, there's a cross. For everyone, that's definitely a cross for me. Cast your cares on him, for Jesus said he cares for you. That's our title of the message today is, take up your cross. Jesus is our heavy load bearer. Trust him with it, for he says, I care for you. To be like Jesus is a lifestyle of prayer, study, and worship. We had an also worship service this morning. When Jesus first stepped on the scene some 2,000 years ago, church, he got a few brothers with him. And he didn't tell them to carry their cross. He told them to follow me. He said that, follow after me. They didn't have enough experience at that time to understand what a load was, how to carry their cross there. So he never asked them for that their time. But now later on in ministry, once you get to know Jesus there and to the church, you've been in church long enough to know how it works. You've been in church long enough to know God by now. You should be carrying your cross. Now Jesus said to take up your cross and follow after me. We go from listening and learning to applying for effectiveness. So when you got your cross, you understand as you go, now you're being effective. So you can't carry the cross of Christ lightly. It's not something you pick up and you put back down. You with me? You don't pick it up and put it down at your convenience or what's conducive to you there. See, we all have a cross to bear, but Jesus paid now. Let's go right to Luke chapter 9, verse 18 through 26. He says, pick up your cross. Take it, your cross. Chapter 9, verse 18 through 26.
Luke chapter 9.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened, as he was alone praying, that his disciples joined him, and he asked them, saying, who do the crowd say that I am?
Who do the crowd say that I am? Okay.
So they answered and said, John the Baptist, but some say Elijah, and others say that one of the old prophets has risen again.
See, he asked him, he said, who do the crowd say that I am? Because it wasn't long before that they had Jesus had just fed, over 5,000 people. That was just men, not counting the women and children there. So obviously they've already had conversation. They've heard a lot of conversation about Jesus. So he said, well, who do they say I am? So we know that scripture say that the brothers start quoting there, which is logical. Some say you're Elijah, some say that John there. But then he said, well, who do you say I am? Amen. Yes. Read the scripture. He said, who do they say? They said, who do you say? Now, pick up on your read now, Pastor.
He said to them, but who do you say that I am? Peter answered and said, the Christ of God. And he strictly warned and commanded them to tell this to no one.
He told them, don't say a word. We'll get into that later. Peter got the revelation from God there. We know that God gave it to him because he said that flesh and blood didn't give me that there, Peter. That came straight from heaven. Okay? But Jesus said, don't say anything to anybody. Scripture said he strictly warned them, don't say anything. Keep reading on that. We'll back up on that. All right?
Saying the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected by the elders and chief priests and scribes.
Okay.
And be killed, and be raised the third day.
Okay.
Then he said to them all, if anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself.
Let him what?
Take up his cross daily.
He said, if anyone desires to come after me, he has to take up his cross. Huh? See now, if you back up a little bit, if we go up to verse 12, there after Jesus was about to feed these people there, back up to verse number 10 there, same chapter, back up to verse number 10, and yeah, back up to 10 there, and read on down a little bit. Watch this here.
Verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And the apostles, when they had returned,
Mm-hmm.
told him all that had done.
They had done, okay.
Then he took them and went aside privately into a deserted place,
Okay.
belonging to the city called Bethsaida.
Mm-hmm.
But when the multitudes knew, they followed him, and he received them and spoke to them about the kingdom of God.
Jesus went to a deserted place, but the brother was so popular, it said the multitude followed him. Huh? See, I often say that some come to church for the word, that some come for what they can get. These people here, a lot of them came for Jesus. Some came because they was hungry. Some needed a healing there, but see, not everybody come for what they supposed to get. You know, some may have different agendas there. So in verse 11, go verse 12 through 14. Watch what he said there. When did they begin?
12.
Uh-huh.
12. When the day began to wear away,
okay,
the 12 came and said to him,
watch Jesus now.
Send the multitude away,
Mm-hmm.
and they may go into the surrounding towns and country,
mm-hmm.
and lodge and get provisions.
Mm-hmm.
But we are in a deserted place here.
Right.
But he said to them, you give them something to eat.
Mm.
And they said, we have no more than 5 loaves and 2 fish.
See, now the people were getting weary. You guys know the scripture there. People were getting weary and hungry. So the disciples said, Jesus, you know these people come to see you anyway. Tell them to go so they can go and get them food and something to a place to lodge. So Jesus said, you feed them. Now, can you imagine these guys saying, now the Messiah is slipping on us. Say now, Jesus, bro, homie, we got 5 pieces of bread here and 2 sardines. I know you're kind of tired, Jesus, there. Maybe the sun's got to you there, but Jesus said, you feed the people. Huh? He said, listen, you feed the people there. You know, Jesus, are you mad? What is he talking about? Listen, church, when you understand the power and favor that comes with their life for Jesus, Jesus already knew what he was going to do. He knew what he was going to do there. He was teaching them to depend on the power and the resources of God. Watch this here now. He gave them a task that they simply could not complete on their own. There's no way they can complete that task there. See, listen there. See, you know, your church, don't just come to church just to come. Get something and show God's power. Amen. Don't just come just to come. You know, you want to be effective. You want to get God's power there. Listen, he said, listen here. Jesus told us that he will never leave us nor forsake us. Yeah. See, Christianity is a lifestyle, not a church service. You hear me? It's a lifestyle, not a Sunday service there. I need his power and I need his resources every day. You with me? Every day we need him there. And that's exactly what Jesus wants us to do for all his creation there. You must carry your cross daily. The verse 24 or 21. I'll tie it all in a minute. Go to verse 21 through 24. Watch this here now. Again, read verse 21 again through 24. Jesus told him, don't say nothing.
21?
Yes. Yes.
And he strictly warned and commanded them,
watch them,
to tell this to no one, saying, the Son of Man must suffer many things.
Right.
And be rejected by the elders and chief priests and scribes.
Okay, and
be killed.
Okay.
And be raised the 3rd day.
Okay. He said that don't say anything. He said, listen here. Jesus wanted to tell no one about it. Listen, the teaching here is this here. The disciples were still expecting a ruling, conquering, and political king. You know, so he said, listen, don't say anything because you're still not ready yet. He know they were still expecting they still the king to come in on his glory there to set everybody free there. He said, listen, stay quiet because I know what's in your heart there. Don't do things emotionally there without instructions there. Not till the resurrection there. You know why he said that? Don't say anything there till after the resurrection. Well, I'm glad you asked me there. He said, because I'm glad you asked. He said, you see, it's after the resurrection that you receive the power. He said, listen, don't say anything yet. You're not ready yet. Yeah. He said, after the resurrection, church, that's when we receive the power. See, he got up with all power there. You died in Christ and got up with that same power there. See, it's then when Jesus, who sits on the right hand of God, watch this there. He said, Father, the blood is on me. He said, give him or her what they ask because their agendas are right. Watch this here now. So in verse 23 said, now, Jesus says, listen to them all. If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross. Listen, see, maybe it said, let him deny himself and take up his cross every now and then. No. Oh, now, see, y'all ain't reading it right. It said, take up your cross when my bills are paid. Y'all still ain't, y'all got the wrong Bible. It said, take up your cross every 5th Sunday. Because you know you're going to eat after that there. But he said, every day. You got to carry your cross. That's on me. It slipped there. See, listen. It's like to sit here. Every day, you got to carry your cross. He said, you must deny yourself there. And I looked at Greek word. You guys know we like the Greek and Hebrew. That word means aporonero, which means to utterly destroy. Watch this now. Deny, disown, or abstain. In other words, those who desire to follow Jesus must forsake or deny their own agenda in order to completely comply with Jesus' agenda. Y'all got that? Amen. It said, listen, sis, it's like two different agendas here. See, if you got two different agendas there, you got two different directions there. It's hard to give all to both there. It's like having two opinions there. You got an opinion, and I got an opinion there. Which one of these opinions are right there? Jesus said, the only opinion that matters is my opinion there. It's my agenda. He said that you have to totally deny yourself there for you to walk in my steps there, to follow my agenda there. Or I like how Dr. David Jeremiah, like Dr. David Jeremiah, he says it this way, to voluntarily and daily take up one's cross points to the Roman practice of forcing condemned criminals to carry part of their tools for their execution. In other words, if you're going to follow Jesus, it can only be, they had to carry their own tools, so it can not only be painful, but it can be embarrassing. It's not easy. You see what I'm saying? That was taking up your cross there. You're going to go through some things when you're going to follow Jesus. You go see, we look good in here Sunday morning, but what you going to do when you go out there to the church doors? What you going to do when they come up to you on the streets there? Are you going to carry your cross just on Sunday there and set it down when they come before you there? He says, listen, it's painful and it can be embarrassing there. Followers of Christ must not only give up their own agenda, but they must die to it. What is this preacher talking about? Listen, you must give up your own agenda and die to it. I live the life that I live because I was crucified with Christ. Talking about me personally now. I am now a new creature there. I was once that dead man walking. Right now. You hear me? I was once that dead man walking, trying to make it my own, doing it my own way, doing my own thing. You couldn't tell me. I tell them all the time, I'm my own man. Okay. I tell people all the time, I work hard. You can't tell me nothing. I'm like the young folks there. You ain't my daddy. And my dad in the house, I'm a grown man. You see what I'm saying? But I was doing it my own way. It was going to be my way there. But listen, but I was walking dead. Folks think that they're living a good life there in this world there, living in the old kind of way. But listen, if you really put on your spiritual eyes, they're dead people walking. Yeah. You hear me? You hear me? They're dead people walking. No cross, no crown. Jesus said, in this life, you will have troubles. But on the other side of glory, watch this. He said you have peace, joy, love, and all that. No worries, no more pain. Do not get comfortable on this side. That's why scripture say that we're pilgrims and strangers, we're just passing through here. He don't want you to get comfortable on here there. We just passing through. You got to just drop the nuggets of Jesus there, because we pass through to go on to the other side there. Don't get so comfortable on this side there. You here to, you want to attain all the riches there. Pick up on verse 23, 24. I want to read the last few verses there, down to 26. Pick up on verse.
Whoever desires to save his life,
watch this here,
will lose it.
Okay.
But whoever loses his life for my sake will save it.
For whoever desires to save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake, Jesus said, you will gain it. Read the last part there, please.
But what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and is himself destroyed or lost?
What good does it do you to gain everything and lose your soul? Huh? What good is you say, I want all the gusto that I can get? You can't take the gusto with you.
That's right.
Huh? He said, listen, Jesus said, listen, you have to deny yourself and follow after me there. And he said, no, listen, he said that what profits a man to gain the whole world, to gain all the riches, lose his soul there. See, once you die, what's your profit? It's hellfire if you don't have, if you don't pick up, like I said, if you don't choose the right deal. You see, God being a just God, and he's a fair God, God has something for everyone after death. Get into my teaching now. Do you want what's behind door number 1? Or what's behind door number 2? Listen. He's just like that. 2 John, verse 7 and 8. 2 John, just one letter that the brother wrote. Verse 7 and 8. I got a few scriptures I want to tie in. We're done. We're done. 2 John, watch this here. Verse 7 and 8. Towards the back of your Bible, if you're not sure. After 2 Peter. Verse 7 and 8. Okay? You ready? Okay, I'll read it there. You on your phone there. Saying, for many deceivers have gone out into the world, who does not confess Jesus Christ as coming in the flesh. Watch this now. He said, thus, this is a deceiver and the Antichrist. Watch this now. He said, look to yourselves that we do not lose those things. I like this. That we work for. Watch this now. That you may receive your full reward there. Listen. John say, listen. You want your full reward. He said, don't lose those things that you work so hard for. Watch this now. Every Christian will receive salvation because that's free. You hear me there? Yeah. You know, if you're born again there, you're going to receive salvation. Now listen there. But to those who live for selfish gain will lose those things that they work for not receiving their full heavenly reward. Tell your neighbor, say, I want my crown.
I want my crown.
Look at your other one. That one don't want their crown. Tell your other neighbor, say, I want what I work so hard for. You see what I'm saying? No sense in you carrying your cross and you don't get your crown. Huh? Listen. No sense you're doing it that way. Listen, don't get discouraged there. We're not doing all this work and carrying our cross in vain. And what's amazing that Paul said in Philippians 3, and Sister Street read that scripture there this morning. I'm like, okay, God, it's lined up what we're saying there. Paul said, I press toward the goal. Watch this now. For the prize of the upward call of God in Jesus Christ. He's not working for salvation. Again, he said that's free. You see, that's free there. You must make a decision to take that. But watch this. But he said, I am pressing on for my reward. Y'all got to see it. He said, God has a special crown with your name on it. Yeah. If he already knows the hairs on your head, you know he know your head. You see what I'm saying? If he know the hairs on your head there, he knows your head side. Don't lose your crown there. He said that, listen, thank you, Lord. Don't work so hard. Amen. Huh? to lose your crown. Matthew chapter 7. Grab that for me real quick. Matthew chapter 7, verse 21, 23. I'm jumping around a little bit, but I'm going to tie this all in on carrying your cross. We're going to get to the meeting in a second. Everybody with me there? Amen. Matthew chapter 7, verse 21 to 23. Watch this saying now. Read.
Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven.
Read that again, the verse first.
Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven.
Listen, the New Living Translation put the first verse like this until he said, not all people who sounds religious are really godly.
All right.
Listen, you got to watch for those ones that has a cross that they may have purchased from the mall.
All right now.
Listen, my cross got blood stain on it.
All right.
Listen, if your cross has a tag on it, a sale tag on it there, when it's time for you to deny it there, you may take it back to the store for full refund. You better watch that Christian there.
Come on now.
See, let me tell you something there. I can see there's lines at the store. I got one line for returns of food, one line in return for clothing, one for shoes, and one for a cross.
Come on now. Come on.
He said, if you want to follow me, you got to deny yourself and pick up your cross.
Come on, yes.
So if you come to church there with a tag on your cross, you better watch that one. That one, they're going to fall apart when the first try hit them.
Come on now.
Hear me this morning.
Come on now.
He said, listen, read that again, 21 to 23. Read that again now. Not everyone
who says to me,
Lord,
Lord,
come on,
shall enter the kingdom of heaven. But he who does the will of my Father in heaven.
Keep reading.
Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name? Yes. Cast out demons in your name? And done many wonders in your name?
Listen, he said, listen, God don't recognize. I don't recognize your cross because a real saint's cross got blood, sweat, and tears on it.
Yeah.
When you say take them across, it's not always easy. It's not always convenient. You see what I'm saying? I tell them all the time there, you think it's easy being a pastor or a shepherd? You better know what you're calling for. Amen. You know what I'm saying? You don't just walk up and say, I want to be a preacher. If I'm gonna sit down and let you come up here and take this message there. Are you gonna take everything that come along with you? They've been deacons forever there. It ain't easy being a deacon. Everybody call you. We got to go visit this. Am I right, Uncle Felix? We got to go visit this and that there. You sure you want this call? You sure you want this call here there? Listen, he said, depart from me, I do not know you there. You walk the walk, and your talk agrees with your life there when you're carrying the cross of God there. Listen, you can't buy this cross at a yard sale. You can't buy this cross on a blue light special.
All right now.
See, God doesn't recognize a flea market cross. He don't recognize that there. See, because you haven't died for that one. You bought that one on sale. As soon as it's time for you to deny God there, you're going to say, it's just like something I'm going to tell you. It's just like somebody going buying them an outfit.
Come on, say it.
And you hide the price tag.
Oh, Jesus.
Because you know that you bought it for one purpose. And after that purpose, I'm taking it back from my refund. Don't y'all mess with me today.
Come on, Pastor. Come on now.
What you got the car? What you got the tag hidden for? This going back to the store.
Yes, sir.
I'm about to talk to my dad. Don't nobody want to listen to me today. I'm glad you here, Dad. We can talk. Listen. He said, listen, you're going to choose door number 1. Are you going to choose door number 2? Which one we going to do there? He said, are you going to carry your cross? He said, if you're going to come after me, Huh? This one here don't come out of the mall. If you're going to come after me there, this one here don't come off yard sale. If you're going to come after me there, you got to carry your cross. You have to deny yourself. You have to deny yourself. And listen there. You have to walk the walk there that your life agrees with there. It's not always easy denying yourself. Back to my script, my notes here. But for the cause of Christ, nothing else matters there. See, mine is come from blood, sweat, and tears. You may got yours somewhere. That's between you and God there. Because he said, get away from me. Yes, sir. I never knew you. Come on. But God, I taught Bible study. But God, I visited the sick. But God, I laid hands on them and they recover. But God said, listen there, but you don't have no come with me there because I don't recognize your cross. He said, listen, get away from me. But I did all that. God said, I never knew you. Come on. In the church for 15 years, you're doing all that work for your cross, for God to say, listen, get away from me because I never knew you. Because God said, it's all about my heart. It's all about your heart. See, that's one thing about King David there. King David made some mistakes in his life there. But God said, well, he still was a man after my own heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
God said, how is your heart?
Yes.
Huh? He said, where's your heart? Does your heart lock up with them? I never knew you. Stop carrying a cross on Sunday only. You will not make it into the kingdom. See, if you got a part-time cross, you won't receive the benefit. That's what he's saying about the crown. Listen, the world even knows, Sister Street, if you work part-time, you don't even get benefits on your job. Am I right? The world even knows that. You work part-time, $20 a week, and you go take and tell you with Blue Cross and Blue Shield, they don't see you in the system. What's wrong with you? You gotta go to the clinic. Let me get out of here. Y'all ready to go home? I'm trying to preach this up. See, God say, listen there. You don't receive benefits being part-time there. See, the world even knows. The world even knows. I got to get back to my notes here. But the bloodstained cross will enter the correct door. Here we go. Because of the perfect match. Watch this here. With the blood of Jesus there. Saturday, I was telling my mom, and then Virginia read scripture today. But Saturday, Friday, we had a fish fry at the house. And I was out there frying. I heard my mom talking with Tamika, some of the people about government and the benefits. My mom was giving a hard time. So y'all on that government, you better be careful, this and that's going to happen there. So I'm just frying my fish. And then sometimes they start talking about, the miracle with the 5 bread and 2 fish. I say, Lord, they in my message there. Then you come up with Philippians there. But Mom, you're right there. Listen there. See, that's what God, listen. The system has to take care of lazy, non-working folks. No benefits. See, our government has destroyed generations. Yes. Whether y'all like that or not. Our government has destroyed generations. Now listen, for you guys, I'm going to talk to the ones that's streaming online because I don't want you church folks to hear what I'm about to say because I don't want nobody to get mad at me. So I don't want to talk, where's that camera? I don't want to talk to the youth. Don't y'all listen to what I'm getting ready to say. Some folks in the church have more trust in the government than a God that has the government in his hand.
Wow.
How y'all hear me? Some folks have more trust in the government. God say, I have the king's heart in my hand, and I turn it which way I would like to turn it there. I turn the king's heart there. See, it's hard to trust all the way with a rented cross there. Beware of those folks that have the tag on the cross. Because they ain't full time. Because them ones that as soon as it's time to get hard, they in line with that long line. You got all these people in line with a cross on their shoulder.
Wow.
I want my money back. Because Jesus said, if you're going to come after me, it's going to cost you something. It's not these, Lord, I will follow you wherever you go there. How this one brother said, Luke, and Luke, I want to read that last. Let's go to Luke real quick. Luke chapter 9. I just got 2 last scriptures. I want you to read this last piece here. Yeah, Luke chapter 9, verse 57 through 62. I'm done in 10 minutes, I promise you.
Chapter 9.
57, yes, through 62. Watch this now.
9:57.
Mm-hmm.
Now it happened,
Watch this, church.
as they journeyed on the road, that someone said to him, Lord, I will follow you wherever you go.
Lord, I will what?
Follow you.
Wherever you go, Lord, I will follow you. Watch what Jesus responded.
And Jesus said to him, Foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests. But the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head.
Keep reading.
Then he said to another,
Okay.
Follow me. But he said, Lord, let me first go and bury my father. Jesus said to him, Let the dead bury their own dead.
Let the spiritual dead bury their own dead.
Yes, sir.
Jesus wasn't getting smart there, wasn't getting insensitive there. Jesus said, listen there, if you're going to follow after me there, those that's already spiritual, that they're buried, they'll unbury themselves there because they don't have the life of me yet there. It's going to take a heart of God there that's going to have to restore those people or turn them around there. He said, listen, foxes have holes. If you're going to be like Jesus, they said, foxes have holes there, and a bird has nests. But Jesus said, listen, the Son of Man, I ain't got a place to lay my head. You want to be like Jesus? It takes some work. You want to be like Jesus there? It takes some pain. You want to be like Jesus there? It takes some embarrassment on you sometimes. When folks start talking about you there, are you going to still carry your cross? Or are you going to put it down? When they say on your job, holy roll it, are you still going to carry your cross? Or as soon as you leave the service, as soon as the benediction over, you're looking just like the rest of the world.
Come on now.
He said, listen, he said, listen, foxes have holes and birds have nests there. Listen, some folks get that excited feeling there. You got hands laid on them there. They felt a little bit of heat there. He said, now, Lord, I'm going all the way with you, Lord. I'm going all the way until next month when I try hit me upside my head. I'm taking my cross back to Walmart. I'm going all the way with you, God, until it's time to die myself. Now, where you going? I'm going to get in line so I can return this cross. Where you think I'm going? But he said, listen, you want to be like Jesus? Lord, I'm going to follow you all the way you go there. He said, listen, let the spirits dead bury the bed. And then he told another brother there, he that has his hands on the plow and look back, he said, you ain't even fit to follow me. He said, you want to go with Jesus there? You got to go straight ahead. If not, Jesus said, I don't even want you on my side there. Because you trying to follow Jesus there, and you still want to see what your old boyfriend doing. You trying to follow Jesus, and you trying to keep up with Jimbo and all them other guys there. He said, listen, you're going to walk after me. You got to go straight ahead. See, I'm not a farmer, but my family, they from the country Christian. They know you had to paw a line straight. You try, I got another cross. You go and paw that line down, the field is there, and be looking back, you got your stuff all over the place. Let's say, preach, don't buy them from that farmer. Jesus said, listen, no man put his hands on the plow.
Look back.
And look back, he said, you ain't get a fit. Y'all hear me there? He said, look, you want to be like Jesus there? He said, listen, you got to let the spirits there bury the dead. You got to put your hand on the plow, go forward there. You see what I'm saying? They said, listen there, you got to understand you may have some hard times. Jesus went from sight to sight. One no Marriott's. There wasn't no Motel 6 there. They slept where they could sleep. He said the fox even got a hole to sleep in. Come on now. The birds even have a nest. I'm out here in the wilderness healing people there sleeping on the ground. You want to follow me? Let's go. See, now then once the disciples understood and they had time with God, then they say, now I can understand what Apostle Paul say that I've been crucified with Christ there. See, once you've been crucified with me, he said, now I recognize your cross. You see, some folks just a whole bunch of lip service there. God ain't for no lip service there. God is about your cross burial load there. That's what God said, how is your cross? Do I see stains on it? Does it still smell like the store? Or does it smell like you've been doing some work?
Come on now.
Does it still smell like you just got it brand new? Listen, it involves hardship. I'm gonna let my last page. It involves hardship to follow Jesus. Listen, folks will talk about you. Will you throw your cross down there when they talk about you? Yeah, you can sing in the choir. Tow up the church. As soon as the benediction over, You're looking just like the rest of them. What happened to your cross?
Come on
Oh, that was for the church. What happened to your cross there? You just sang glory down there. Oh, that was on Sunday morning. See, God said, I don't recognize that there. He said, you get away from me because I never knew you. But God, I had the whole church on their feet there. Well, some of them in line choosing door number 2 as well there. You see what I'm saying? One thing about there was a show called Let's Make a Deal there. They even knew the concept on Let's Make a Deal. A lot of times you chose the wrong door, auntie there. You had to go. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So that's where if I even really want to preach more, Jesus said, listen, let the wheat and tare grow together. He said, I'll separate. He said, I'll put the goats on the left and the sheep always on the right side of God. So you're going to pick the wrong door and you're going to have nothing but hellfire with a goat right there. You're going to have a lady with an old hat on with a goat. That's the deal that you made.
That's right.
I got to go. Listen. He said, I don't even have the comforts of life. To stay on this battlefield, you must receive the commands from the right general.
Yes.
You got to count the cost. That's what he said at my bed. He said, listen, you want to be like me? Foxes have holes. He said, you got to count the cost. He said, listen, what man builds a house without making plans first? In other words, what fool go buy land and say, I'm just going to put me some blocks on it? You crazy. You can have some land that's going to have a hole in it. He said, listen, you got to, when you go to walk with God, you got to count the cost. Because God said that when it's time for you to stand, you got to have that cross saying daily, I'm going to walk with God there. To God I live and to God I die there. I'm closing here now. It's about your reward for carrying your cross there. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 10, my last verse. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 10, and I'm done. Chapter 5 verse 10. Yes, I'm done. It's about your reward for carrying your cross. Listen, God said we need disciples, not just church members. You hear me?
5 and 10.
5 verse 10 is one verse.
But we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ.
Okay, here we go.
That each one may receive the things done in the body, according to what he has done, whether good or bad.
Read that again. Read that again.
For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ.
He said we all, right?
Yeah.
That means everybody.
Yes.
Huh? I don't care if you LeBron James. I don't care if you Beyonce. We all going to appear.
Yeah.
Right.
He said whether you did good or whether you did bad. Now read the last piece of that there now. It's about
That
your
each one may receive the things done in the body, according to what he has done, whether good or bad.
Whether good or bad. See, you here to help others get to God. There, listen. Everyone will receive something. I told y'all that earlier there. I'm gonna close my Bible. Everyone is going to receive something because God is just like that. So what God has said, whether you was good or whether you was bad, you're going to receive something. Because he's a fair God. He said you're going to receive that. You see, if your cross is rented for a show, after the curtains are lowered, you still have something waiting on you. God is fair God. He said whether it's good or bad. See, that door will be open. Don't get caught up with the cares of this world. That's where it all goes back to there. See, when you get caught up in the cares of this world there, you put your cross down and pick it back up.
Yeah.
He said, listen, you can't walk with me there and still worry about all this other stuff that's going on there. You see what I'm saying? He said, don't get caught up in all that there with the cares of the world. You want your crown of life forever. Listen, the old song says this, at the cross. At the cross. When I first saw the light, it was at the cross. Y'all know that. All my burdens and my troubles rolled away. Jesus says it like this. If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily. Yes, we all have a cross that we must bear. We all must have a cross we must bear. But when you desire after Christ, God said, listen, when you desire after him, see, one thing about his door, God have a door with flashing lights on it, so you make sure you go through the right one. You see, you won't have to guess on which door to take. Because God said that, I see your blood. It's matching Jesus' blood. So you're going to go to the right door, stand to your feet there. God said it was at the cross